What up though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me. 10,000 steps downtown Detroit every day. I want to talk about the FIRE movement. And this was a topic requested by a subscriber. I always appreciate when I get topic requests from subscribers. My view on the FIRE movement, which for those of you who don't know, FIRE movement, it means financially independent, retire early. Financially independent, retire early. Now, I have mostly good things to say about the FIRE movement. Who don't want to retire early? Gonna wait here at the corner for this guy to turn out. He looking kind of confused, like he don't know his way around Greektown. All right. Who doesn't want to retire early? Who doesn't want to retire at like 35 or 40? I think everybody would like to do that if possible. It's not possible for everybody though, because it requires a tremendous amount of discipline over a long period of time for you to achieve this. And most people just don't have that level of discipline. It's going to require you to grind, earning as much as you possibly can and saving as much as you possibly can. We talking about possibly for a couple decades. So if you start working towards this at 20, by 35, depending on how much you're making, maybe you can go ahead and retire then. Or by 40, you could retire then. But this is going to require you not only saving as much as you can, grinding as much as you can, but you're going to have to really make some sacrifices. And the type of sacrifices you're going to have to make, I don't think all of y'all are comfortable with. You're going to have to kind of like, in many ways, not really live for those years. And that may not be very appealing to a lot of you, because this requires going to work, coming home, living extremely frugal, right? I'm talking about minimalization to the extreme, paying only base expenses, your rent, your food. When you're buying for stuff, save whatever you can on that. If you got to shop at Aldi, shop at Aldi. If you got to buy a Target brand or Walmart brand, you buy that. We are talking about serious penny pinching for years on end. If you can manage to do this, you will achieve FIRE, no question of it. But at what cost? For some people, the cost isn't really that big of a deal. They're not interested in, hanging out. They don't really have many friends. They're kind of a lone wolf in that aspect. They're not looking to like date or anything like that. So they're okay with this. There's no real drawback to them. But for a lot of people, it is. And the drawback is going to be when you finally are ready to stick your head out from keeping it down for so long. You may be a bit socially awkward because you really haven't been talking to people too much. I've heard some people, because I've heard good and bad, I've heard some people say they were miserable. Once they achieved FIRE, they were miserable because those very strict habits of hoarding, as they put it, because, it's supposed to be just saving, but they refer to it as hoarding. Those very strict habits of just hoarding money and hoarding resources. Once they achieve FIRE, it was very hard for them to break these patterns of behavior. And I can see why, because if you've been living like that for the last 15, 20 years, that has become who you are. And it's very difficult to break habits or break a way of being when you've been doing it for so damn long. So I get it. I certainly get that aspect. They're like, they have no friends, and it's hard for them to make friends because they're socially awkward. I've seen this from single people who have achieved fire, and I've also seen this from couples who have achieved fire. They don't have any friends that are couples. They don't have any other couples to hang out with. Do, movie double dates or go to the park or whatever. And, when they do meet other people or whatever, they can't retain them as friends. And I think, honestly, that's because the other couple, oh, there's a bee. I ain't trying to get stung. I ain't never been stung in my life, and I don't intend on it. So I'm going to walk this way. I'll go back. But we walking this way right now. But I think it's that the couple who they were trying to befriend just kind of deemed them to be just a little too weird for them. So they like, I don't know about that. We gonna kind of just ghost them. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So the positive of it is that if you stay the course, you keep your head down and just really grind out like that, the roadmap of fire that is laid out for you, you will certainly do that. You'll retire early. You'll have a good nest egg. I mean, I've seen incredible things be achieved by people who were really disciplined when it came to fire. These people, they had hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. They had a real estate portfolio. They had 401k money. They had money in the market, in the form of index funds. They have high yield savings accounts. Like you name it. They have many different places that they've stuck money that is maturing, and they also are earning passive income from real estate investments. So I've seen incredible things be achieved in like 15 years of just grinding it out like that, 20 years at most of just grinding it out. And then I've seen also the other side of it, which is they're unhappy. Now, not everybody that achieves fire is unhappy. There are plenty of people who have achieved fire that are happy. So I'm not going to just sit up here and say once you achieve fire you're going to be unhappy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm just going ahead and highlighting that there is that side to it. But plenty of people, they achieve fire and they are very pleased with their life. They were the architect of their own life. They've designed the life they wanted to live. They're now comfortable. They don't have to punch anybody's clock. They could do whatever they want to do with their significant other. I've realized that those people usually are married folks. They're usually married folks, and they've been they've kind of mastered it. They've kind of mastered fire. So I think the whole thing of being unhappy and being happy might just be an adjustment. Because when I think about the people who said they were unhappy, I think they were still kind of like early on, kind of like trying to figure out what to do with themselves. Like they've quit their job. They don't have to punch it anymore. Just their routine that they were so used to is no longer a thing. So they're like, what do I do? They're struggling to find things to do with themselves daily. And I think that's what makes them unhappy. But then I see the folks that are a little bit older. They've been living fire for a while and they seem so much happier. They go on trips regularly. They spend more time with family. They're not stressed about bills, obviously. They can just kind of do what they want, just live the rest of their life however they want. And they seem genuinely happy behind that. So these are both sides of the aspect of fire. So whether this is something that appeals to you or not, I guess it's up to you. Is this something that you want to do, or isn't it something that you want to do? Because if you want to do it, it is possible, but are you prepared for the massive grind that you have to, put in order to achieve it? Are you even capable of it? I think that's an even more important question. Are you even capable of it? Me personally, I'm not capable of it. The very strict, seemingly no fun path to get there, that's just not me. That's not my life. I like to do stuff. I go to Red Wings games regularly. I go to Tigers games regularly. I go to Pistons games regularly. I get out here and I live, man. I'm outside literally every day. Downtown Detroit is tons of stuff to do. I'm outside every dang on day. I get the grind work in, but I also, work hard, play hard. So that doesn't appeal to me personally. But for a lot of people who are just cut from a different cloth than I am, it does. And they're able to do that. So more power to them. The ones that are able to just keep their eyes on the prize with that and get it done. So once again, I appreciate my subscriber for recommending this topic. I think this was a really good topic to cover. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me that thumbs up to help me out in the algorithm, as a lot of people say. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. Peace.